Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we have got DOKKANFEST TEQ BARDOCK here. He is going to be coming to Global Dokkan very soon. I'm probably going to upload this today on the 27th. Bardock, his official release date is going to be on March 1st. Kind of odd, but Global did put him in a data download very, very early. Now, I do like this Bardock character, probably more than most. The thing you'll have to understand about Bardock is that if you're going to compare his individual performance, like his attack numbers or his defensive numbers to like one of the top tier units, he probably won't really compete or compare. But Bardock has this very powerful effect, his intro, right? When you do Bardock's intro, which you could do if there is a Goku on the team or a Frieza enemy, Bardock will get 5 turns of Rainbow Orb changing and the Scouter. Now, if I was to change anything about Bardock, it would be that his Rainbow Orb changing should not have been part of his intro buff. Only the Scouter should have been the intro buff. Because certainly after the intro buff does wear off and Bardock no longer has access to his Rainbow Orb changing, he does fall off a bit because Bardock needs to get Rainbow Orbs to be very powerful, right? He becomes super effective against all types with 1 Rainbow Key Sphere. He gets 50% attack and defense with 2 Rainbow Key Spheres, and then guaranteed crit with 3 Rainbow Key Spheres. I think giving him some other effect besides super effective against all types and crits, also on the Rainbow Key Spheres, would have done him very well, right? Oftentimes, like, many Gogeta characters do this, where they'll have super effective and crits, and it just doesn't, it just feels like you're overdoing it. Like, you don't need to give a unit both crits and super effective against all types, right? You could give them other stuff to make them more valuable, make them stronger, right? Bardock has a really good leader skill as well. He leads Goku family and storied figures. And then the 200% is for pure Saiyans. So every single Bardock, Goku, and Raditz, like, they're all on the 200% leader skill. And Raditz doesn't really matter too much. Maybe one day we'll get, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Raditz or something like that, sure. But every Goku is on the 200% for Bardock's team, which is really very good here. Now, the other thing, too, is remember, your 5 turns for the Scouter does proc when Bardock is on rotation. Now, I was actually able to find a friend, Rainbow Bardock here, who has 2 defensive equips. I believe mine, let's see, so I have just sort of a combination of, like, dodge and then sort of, like, additional equips right here. I went a combo of dodge and additional for this Bardock. Bardock does build up with super attacks, so additionals are definitely very strong for him. But against the biggest bosses, Bardock can be just instantly KO. Fully built up Bardock who double supered, and then like the Metal Cooler Core supers him and he's one shot anyway, right? So giving him a healthy amount of dodge I think could help in the situation that you do get caught, right? And you will have the Scouter up, but eventually it will wear off. Usually I've found that like the Metal Cooler Core, maybe like the final turn, I wouldn't have the Scouter up, right? But for most of these fights, that 5-turn Scouter probably is good enough. Now again, I was going to say, best case scenario, you don't start out with double Bardock in the same rotation. This is actually really bad, because the 5-turn for the Scouter, I think ideally what you want is you would want a Bardock in slot 1, 2, or 3, and then you would want a Bardock in slot 7. Which, if you get like that formation, then you'll actually have a Scouter for the first 7 turns of the fight, which is just obscene. I mean, most of these major fights, that would be you have a Scouter for every single turn. That's why Bardock is really good. I don't really understand I see a lot of negativity towards this character, and it doesn't really make a ton of sense to me. We all agree how busted the Scouter is, and this team, you have all these Gokus, Tech Carnival Goku, UI Goku, all these characters who you can see where the super attack is going to be, and then you put a character in front of it who can actually deal with it. So it's just a very potent combo. Alright, I guess since the friend Bardock does have some defensive equips, they're Link level 10, they're also rainbowed, but their defense can get a bit higher, I guess we will use the friend Bardock here as actually kind of like the showcase character. Wow, okay. Typically, friend unit is not stronger than mine, but I feel like giving this Bardock defensive equips like this, like I'm literally giving him extra defense, is probably a pretty decent idea. right? Like, I certainly don't disagree with that at all. All right, let's do this. So let's see what numbers Bardock gets, right? So as part of his intro, remember Bardock gets Rainbow Orb Changing, 70% attack, and then the 5 turns of Scouter. Bardock gets 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets 40% attack and defense with each super attack performed, up to 120. So he does have to do 3 super attacks to be fully built up. And then he's super effective against all types with 1 Rainbow Key Sphere. He gets 50% attack and defense with 2 Rainbow Key Spheres, and then a guaranteed crit with 3 Rainbow Key Spheres. So you do, as much as possible, want to be getting 2 Rainbow Orbs with Bardock. I feel like it's pretty important for Bardock to get those 2 Rainbow Orbs. Does help him out quite a bit. Okay, this is a pretty good rotation right here that this Bardock would be coming into with Tora and then this physical Bardock. So I think I'll probably leave things exactly like this. This is going to be good too, because we'll be able to finish this phase of Cell off right here. And then we'll have, the Bardock is going to come in with, Cell at full health. There's Super Attack Dodge. Beautiful, beautiful. Again, I would recommend this Tora. This is the other character that comes out with Bardock. I would recommend you go full dodge for this guy. I don't really see why you'd want to dick around with crits and additionals and stuff like that. That Tora, he kind of serves as like a utility type character. I feel like they probably could have made Tora a bit stronger when we look at some of the other banner units, right? It's like, because he has the ability, he gets the 10% chance to crit, dodge, and damage reduction per team Bardock category ally attacking in the same turn, but it's not quite enough. I wonder if they buffed that to 20%, how good Tora... I guess if they buffed it to 20%, Tora would probably be too good, huh? Like, it's crazy, but if you had a full Bardock rotation, Tora would have 60% chance to crit, 60% dodge, and 60% damage reduction. Like, how busted is that? I think they could have buffed it to 20, though. Or, no, they could have... Well, no, they could have buffed it to 15. So with 2 allies, so like if you have Tora and Bardock, and then, I don't know, say like this TEQ Super Saiyan 2 Gohan there, you would be able to have, what, 30%? And then at max, you can get to 45%. That would be pretty good. 45% dodge and damage reduction, I think, would be a pretty strong asset. So Bardock's Link set here, too. He has Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Family Ties, Team Bardock, Saiyan Pride, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. Let's take a look at Family Ties real fast. So, this Link right here, not the greatest, right? In terms of, like, the roster, but you do want to keep in mind with DOKKANFEST Bardock, the physical Super Saiyan Bardock, the Super Saiyan 2 STR Bardock, the TEQ Super Saiyan Bardock, and then INT Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, they all get their EZAs, along with this Bardock's DOKKANFEST, right? Okay, so Cell probably will do damage. It is funny, man, I use this STR Carnival Goku so often, and he does just get destroyed, man. God, alright, here we go. Our Bardock's stats are going to go up even a little bit more after Gohan gets orbs right here. 371. Remember, Bardock still has to do 2 super attacks to build up, and he's getting 50% from his super attack effect. So, I mean, you could see Bardock can get decent stats here. Like, Bardock is no slouch. This is going to hurt because Carnival Goku's not built up, of course. Always with this guy. Yeah, making this Goku have to get hit is just so annoying. Like, any character that's not slot 1 that has to get hit, like, it's just, oh my god, it's just, it feels terrible. I do feel like I'm starting to sour on this Goku. He is very nice with his support and stuff like that, but man, it's just, you want to run this guy in, like, slot 2 or 3, but, like, if he's not getting hit, if he doesn't build up, he becomes a fraud, right? Which, very annoying. All right, pretty good numbers for Bardock right there. What was that, like 6 million guaranteed crit? Defense gets to a reasonable level. And then again, remember, we have the Scouter up. Like, I feel like oftentimes people talk about this Bardock and they really just gloss over that fact, right? You just look at his numbers and it's like, oh, 6 million, this sucks. You know, even Beast Gohan could do 50 million, billion, trillion, right? It's like, yeah, that's true. But Beast Gohan's not giving us the Scouter, right? Like, LR Final Form Cooler's not giving us the Scouter, right? Like, I don't know, even Gamma 1 and 2 are not giving us the Scouter. Like, if you're comparing Bardock to these characters, you do have to keep that in mind. Bardock is really helping. All right, incredible rotation right here. We have all 7 links activated for Bardock, which, I mean, Bardock gets really big buffs from a lot of these links too, right? Saiyan Pride, 20% attack. You know, Saiyan Lineage, 2 key, 5% attack and defense. Family Ties, 2 key, 10% attack. Team Bardock, 2 key, 10% attack and defense. So Bardock is getting significant buffs from having all of this up. We'll make sure to get our Rainbow Key Spheres. Bardock is up to 400k right here. This is just turn 2. And it's like some of these characters like Tora and Physical Bardock, these are decent characters to run in like red zone stages, right? It's not like that Physical Super Saiyan Bardock or this Tora are unrunnable. Like, I think, you know, if you're going to run a character with supports, it's always, yep, perfect, second super attack dodge by Tora. That's why you give him full dodge. If you're going to run characters with supports, but they're like red zone viable characters, I don't think it's a problem that the units got support, right? Like that Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, this Physical Bardock, Tora, like these are red zone characters you could bring into these toughest fights, right? Like, so like, yeah, Bardock's getting support, but it's from characters who are not bringing the team down, right? Like it's a W, like we're doing fine. Okay. So I guess I'm actually probably just gonna put Bardock in slot 1 right here. We don't want to take a type disadvantage super attack from this guy. There's no reason to do that. We probably will finish him. Oh, nice. We're going to get the damage reduction and crit ability right there. All right, so this friend Bardock is now going to be fully built up after this turn. This is going to be his 3rd super attack. He's going to have the full build up. Remember, all these super attacks we've seen from the Bardocks have been guaranteed crits too, but we do want to keep in mind the reason that they're guaranteed crits is because we're getting all these Rainbow Key Spheres. Eventually, the Rainbow Key Spheres do dry up for Bardock, which can be a bit of an issue, right? Because once your intro buff wears off, he no longer is creating Rainbow Key Spheres, which is actually going to start next turn. Next turn, we're no longer not going to have Rainbow Key Spheres, which, you know, again, I would say is certainly a bit of an issue there. Okay, so now we move on to the Perfect Cell. So this is Bardock fully built up. This is actually a really good turn for Bardock, too. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we have everything activated except for Family Ties. We got the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan here, who, of course, is very good. I mean, yeah, let's just rock this. We did, man. Okay, so remember, 3 Rainbow Key Spheres gives us guaranteed crits. Obviously super powerful. But just 1 Rainbow Key Sphere is still giving us a super effective against all types. And it's just two Rainbow Key Spheres is actually the number we want to hit, because 2 Rainbow Key Spheres gives us the extra 40% attack and defense, or the 50% attack and defense he gets. So now he's up to 527. He is fully, this Bardock's fully built up, right? I actually lost track. This guy, he might need 1 more, but remember, he's getting 50% defense from his super attack effect right here. So it's like he's getting himself up to what I refer to, don't forget, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's giving him a little bit of support as soon as I hit this. Bardock kind of does fall into that danger zone I talk about, where it's like you're able to tank all the normals easily, but the biggest bosses do just blatantly one-shot you, right? Cell Max, Metal Cooler Core, not Broly, because Bardock is tech, but, you know, in Final Form Cooler, in Omega Shenron, all these bosses would just outright one-shot Bardock. 12.5 right there is very good. It's probably the highest we'll see from him in this run. You know, we could do other shenanigans, right? B-Pan, Bardock, bro, like, God, man. One day, people will actually give dodge builds a chance. Like, you guys just see it. Like, you have eyes. Like, you can see how this goes, man. Like, come on. You guys all have eyes, again. Do I gamble here? I probably shouldn't. I'm pretty satisfied with what we've seen from Bardock so far, in terms of all his numbers and stuff like that. So we'll go for the little bit of a gamble right here. We're not going to be able to get 2 Rainbow Key Spheres, unfortunately. So we're not going to get the extra stats, but we do still get 1, so he's super effective against all types. And this is where Bardock can kind of wear down once you reach this point where he's not creating his own Rainbow Orbs. It definitely does become an issue for him. That's why, like, if I would change anything about Bardock, I think his actual, like, attack stats and defensive stats, stuff like that, are like, balanced. They're fine, considering he has the Scouter. But I do think they could have allowed him to keep the Rainbow Orb changing, even after the intro wears off. And I do think he didn't need to have super effective against all types and crits both built in. I just feel like it's not the greatest design. And again, they do this for all these Gogeta characters too, where they give them super effective and crits, and it's just unneeded. You don't need to, like, slam all that together on one character, right? We'll probably finish this run out. There is one more thing about Bardock. He does have an active skill. It's not the strongest ever because he's not, like, stacking attack or anything like that. But, I mean, it's decent. So, the Bardock active skill, I guess we'll just finish this run and then we'll talk about the Bardock active skill. Oh, this is kind of an iffy turn. I don't want to trust Tora here. Oh, we're cooked. Yeah, we're actually cooked here. Our only chance is a Kid Goku dodge. Yeah, Tora. Because this is type disadvantage. This buff cell hits for 1,000,000. Should I trust in Tora or Kid Goku? Let's make Kid Goku maybe could live because we get a bunch of. If we had 7 key spheres, I know for sure Kid Goku could live. Unfortunately, we don't have 7. Let's get Tora. Oh, there's a lot of. Maybe we do live. There's a lot of int key spheres right here that'll heal us up. Or we could just dodge, which would be really good. Okay, we do get hit. Do we live this? No, we didn't. Yeah, if Kid Goku was able to get 7, we would have been good there. That was kind of a tough turn we fell into right there. That's fine. I mean, we saw what we needed to see from Bardock. Let me just hop into a quick run, and then let's get Bardock's active skill and his awesome KO screen. Alright, guys, so here we are again against Omega Shenron. Now, we'll be able to use Bardock's active skill right here. So, Bardock's active does ultimate damage to the enemy, and then within the turn he does it, all his attacks do become crits, which is good. There's 2 different activation conditions for Bardock's active skill, which is really, really good. I love that many recent modern units are getting this. Multiple conditions for the active skill is a huge W. It really makes these much easier to use depending upon the situation. So the first condition is if there's 3 or more Team Bardock category allies on the team, starting from the 3rd turn, you could use it, which is pretty easy, because, like, this Fasha's really good, right? There's an int Fasha who could have some dodges who's okay. There's the STR free-to-play Bardock who's okay. Like, there's some decent Team Bardock options, right? A lot of times, if you're really serious in Red Zone runs, though, probably this rotation. I mean, these are the 3 2022 Team Bardock characters. I mean, well, all the free-to-play EZAs are in 2022. You guys get what I'm saying, though. These 3 does work well. The secondary condition is if HP's 50% or less starting from the 5th turn, which isn't the greatest, but oftentimes in the really tough fights, you'll have it towards the end of the fight, right? So, let's pop Bardock's active skill. I did use some attack boosting items just to make sure that we finish Omega right here, because mainly I just want to get the animation in the video and then also show his awesome KO screen. I think Bardock right here has one of the best KO screens in the game easily. This one just looks fantastic. So there we go. There is Bardock. Again, the KO screen where you could see Kid Goku's, like, space pod, like, flying off into the distance is very fire. Well, I say Kid Goku, but I guess it's baby Goku, actually. So there is DOKKANFEST TEQ Bardock. He is very good. It's been a very long time since JP Dokkan has gotten a DOKKANFEST TUR. Literally, Yamcha in November was the last time JP got a DOKKANFEST TUR. But I do have Bardock currently among DOKKANFEST TURs ranked 5th. I believe I would go Gamma 1, Kid Goku, Gamma 2, Yamcha, then Bardock is probably what I would go for the DOKKANFEST TURs. So he still is very good. Bardock with his Scouter means he probably would age past how good he is going to be in terms of stats. That 5-turn Scouter at the start of the fight, it's always effective. It's always going to help. Bardock has a really good leader skill. He's got some good utility. He's a strong character. I think this unit is fine. If you were going to change anything, it would just be allow him to keep his Rainbow Orb changing or either change the super effective insult types with 1 rainbow key sphere or the crits with 3 key spheres. But for the most part, I would say this is a good release, a good unit. The only problem is that his celebration is terrible. That's the only real problem with him. So let me know what you guys think of Bardock. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.